The team will consist of 6 permanent crew during the Ocean Race Europe, and the rotating part of the crew made consisting of the club members. We believe that our strength lies in our unity, enthusiasm and motivation, and the aim of the team is also to race for a sustainable and green future while spreading the ideas of European Green Deal all around the continent. And the 4th team to participate is the joint team of Dutch and Swedish sailors called Childhood 1. I believe we will get them in the screen, and their slogan is "Sailing for the benefit of World Childhood Foundation. We fight to keep children safe from violence and sexual abuse," which is definitely one of every decent man's goals. So the Volvo Ocean 65s, as the boats, they have been used in 2 last editions of the. Here we have the Childhood 1 in center of our screen, as mentioned, consisting of young Swedish and Dutch sailors. So the boats themselves, the Volvo Ocean 65s, they have been used for two recent editions of the Volvo Ocean Race, and quite a distinctive feature of these boats is that they are all one design. They are absolutely equal boats, and the race result depends solely on the team's performance. There are a couple of interesting things, interesting duels or mini races happening here, as which is gonna be interesting to see how it pans out between Bauer Becking leading the Sailing Poland team and the AMBERSAIL 2, which is led by the former apprentice of Bauer, Rokas Milevičius. He was one of under 30s in the former Brunel team, led by Bauer in the penultimate race. Right now we have 3 minutes to go to the start of the race. Here we have Mr. Raimondas Šiugždinis, an incredibly talented helmsman, and Konrad Coleman whispering in his ear on AMBERSAIL 2. Rokas Milevičius in the center of the screen. The inshore race or the coastal race on this kind of boat is a bit an exercise of waltzing in a truck, I would say. These boats are built for the ocean racing, for the long distances, and tight maneuvering on the short race is very strength consuming, energy consuming, and it's very complicated in this kind of boat. So right now what we see is the boats jogging for the position, for the pre-start position. The aim of every helmsman and every crew would be to get the most favorable position wind-wise and the competition-wise on the when the start gun goes. This is quite a complicated exercise for the helmsman and the crew. As we see, all the boats are right now slowly approaching starting line, which is between this two-masted schooner and the start buoy seen in the distance. And the boats are moving slowly right now and choosing the moment when to accelerate. The acceleration to accelerate the boat, this kind of boat, will take at around about half a minute to get to the full speed. And as we see, we have 3 boats on the windward side of the line, of the starting line, and sailing Poland, led by Bauer Becking, on taking the leeward side of the line. All the boats unrolling their code zeros, big code zeros, and starting to go. Well, unfortunately for Childhood, something was wrong with their code zero. It didn't unroll properly. So we are watching now AMBERSAIL 2 sailing nicely to windward of the Austrian sailing project, and Bauer Becking's sailing Poland, taking the low risk start with the clean wind, but they will have to sail the higher course to the first mark of the distance of the race. We have a very nice and soft southwesterly. No much chop, so very silky conditions for sailing. A little bit chilly though. Well, that's an interesting thing to see. Would the gamble of Bauer pay out with the clean wind, or will AMBERSAIL 2 take the benefit of sailing a little bit lower and faster course? Well, there was definitely something wrong with the code zero in Childhood. They badly stuck by the starting line, and as we see, AMBERSAIL 2 has sailed nicely over the Austrian team. So for right now, I would say we see the 2-horse race. This is a race between Sailing Poland and AMBERSAIL 2. Well, we met each other. These boats met each other on several occasions in the Caribbean regattas when it still was possible. And I think we split the result. The result is pretty equal. So this is, and we have been racing each other on several other occasions. So this is kind of rematch once again. Here we can see the race tracker. Yeah, and the race track consists of starting line and reaching to the first mark, broad reach to the second mark, then another broad reach to the third mark. There's going to be a beat back to the third mark from the fourth one, and then a broad reach to the fourth mark, and the tight reach to the finish. So the total length of the race course is about 30 nautical miles. As I mentioned, the blue and red dots are the starting and finishing line. and right now we are in the beginning of the first reach to the first mark of the distance. From this perspective, it seems that AMBERSAIL 2 is slowly rolling over the Sailing Poland team. Well, but we will see further. The wind strength is pretty equal across the entire team, because we have an offshore wind, no much influence from shore, no many shifts in the wind. Yeah, we have around 10 to 12 knots of wind right now, and the boats are doing more or less the same speed, maybe a little bit exceeding the boat speed, a little bit exceeding the wind speed, which would be a nice question to your physics teacher. Can the boat propelled by the wind sail faster than the wind itself is blowing? The answer is definitely yes, which is not easily understandable probably, but yes, that's the reality of today's sailing boats. They begin using their, yes, as I mentioned, we can see it on the tracker that the AMBERSAIL 2, the red dot, is slowly overtaking the Sailing Poland, and when the boats will start converging a little bit, the AMBERSAIL 2's position is a little bit more preferred, because they will start putting their wind shadow on the Sailing Poland boat. These boats generate quite a big wind shadow, and they use most of the wind they have in their sails and leave kind of a wind hole behind themselves. So right now, as we see in the tracker, Sailing Poland's position is beginning to be very, very unfavorable, because they sit in the wind shadow, in the wind hole generated by AMBERSAIL 2. And AMBERSAIL 2 is leading the first stage of the race. As mentioned, AMBERSAIL 2 is driven by very, very experienced and talented helmsman, Mr. Raimondas Šiugždinis. He has been participating in Barcelona Olympics already, and he's very nice and very talented, very, very good helmsman. And driving this kind of boat is not an easy business, because the twin ruddered boats, and especially with this purchase system from the rudder to the steering wheel, they don't give much feedback for the helmsman. Usually on the boats, be it a tiller or a steering wheel is a source of very much valuable information for the helmsman. You can feel what boat wants, how it is balanced, and so on, and you know what to do. But these boats, on these boats, the steering wheel is pretty neutral. You don't get much feel out of it, so you drive the boat mostly by the numbers, by the figures you see in the sailing instruments. So it's not an easy business, far from that. Okay, we can see that Childhood, which has the Brunel code 0, has sorted out their technical troubles, but still it costed them dearly. As we can see the distance between the leading two boats and the trailing two boats has become pretty big, and barring the big mistakes from the two leaders, I would say it could be close to insurmountable. Although although we will have quite a few maneuvers still to come, so there is a lot of space for the mistakes and for the technical troubles, which cost you very dearly on this kind of a short race. This is a big boat. The code 0, the white sail on the Austrian, and the Brunel sail on Childhood. They are more than 300, between 300 and 400 square meters of cloth, and that's quite a big handful to handle it when something goes wrong. Yeah, that's the Austrian sailing project in our screen, and further on the left we can see AMBERSAIL 2, and we can see how much did AMBERSAIL 2 gain over the Austrian guys, and that was and this is mostly due to the AMBERSAIL 2's starting position, and they were able to accelerate a little bit faster and popped in front, and then put their wind shadow or the wind hole on the Austrians, and ran pretty much in front. Yeah, as mentioned, these are the very silky conditions for this kind of boats, and this is getting a very nice day. Is dawning here in Klaipėda. The sun is shining, and we see that in the tracker picture right now that okay, there's something wrong with the boat speed figures. They're definitely not doing 20 knots right now. They would, I'd say that there would be maybe 13 or 14 to the max. It is probably kilometers per hour, which would be closer to the truth. This race will last around 3 hours. From now, the leading boats are approaching the first mark, and unfortunately, we have to stop our live coverage right now. You can follow the rest of the race in AMBERSAIL2.eu website, where you find a link to the race tracker, and we will try to find an opportunity to join you live for the finish of the race. Thank you for attention for now, and see you later.